at the training of the police. We need to look at the curriculum of the police in this country. They have better ways of restraining a mob or even unarmed civilians like what happened in Angata Barrikoi. It was unfortunate that the police used live bullets that end up killing innocent Kenyans who are just protesting as per the law, who are just wanted to be heard. It is very unfortunate that in this case of land dispute, lives had to be lost. And yet there are other mechanisms that can be done to ensure that justice is achieved. We expected the police, instead of using live bullets, to use even rubber bullets, to use water cannons, to use tear gas. But the police used the last resort of using a live bullet as if the people they were shooting were animals. And then the police should tell us whether there is a shoot to kill order, so that Kenyans are aware. If they shoot to kill order, then we should be told. Because what happened yesterday is a senseless killings. It was responsible, it was reckless. These are, we are just telling you, this was acts of criminality and massacre in modern day Kenya. And therefore, I don't think independent policing oversight authority, this is more than professional misconduct of the police. I expect that the IPOA would be Director of Criminal Investigation to immediately, and Special Crimes Unit will especially swung into action and arrest the concerned police officers, so that justice can be received or can be achieved by all Kenyans. And therefore I want to appeal to ensure that justice will be done to these Kenyans. They should be arrested. By the way, the police who shot, see, these are government bullets, these are government guns. The police who had guns and bullets that were fired are known. By now, these police officers should have been arrested by now. They should be in jail. They should be waiting for the prosecution as we go into the future. So while I appeal to the great people of Angata Barrikoi to remain calm, to remain peaceful, as the necessary agencies continue, we must see action from the investigative agencies. And in fact, I want to appeal. I have not seen the Office of Director of Public Prosecution, because as an independent officer, should have ordered or direct investigations as by the Constitution, so that we can know the root cause of why Kenyans were being killed innocently and thousands and dozens were being injured over the issue of land in Angata Barrikoi. Number two, I want to appeal to National Land Commission. There is a chapter on land and environment. We must be told with no uncertain terms, why is it that the National Land Commission, the Ministry of Lands, the county government of Narok, and the community leaders should have been part and parcel of resolving these disputes? Because how can people work, the surveyors just work to land without involving the public, without involving the necessary agencies? And one of the role of National Land Commission is addressing historical land injustices around the country as per the Constitution. And that is why Article 60 envisages the work of National Land Commission. I want to challenge National Land Commission, because we are tired looking or accounting for debts that relate to land disputes in the country. We want the National Land Commission, the county governments of this country, the Ministry of Land, to give us the catalogue of land disputes across the country, and give us the land that have land historical injustices across the country. So how to resolve? There are also the lands that have been gazetted that belong to the public, so that we are tired of doing cases, of resolving conflict and deaths that are related, and injuries that are related to land disputes across the country. So National Land Commission must be put on notice. I want also to challenge the judicial through the Environment, Land and Environment Court to ensure that in any case they must come out and ensure that on this aspect of Angata Barrikoi and many other across the country, they must tell us what is the status of land historical injustices. Even here in Nandi and across the country, we have similar cases that should and must be addressed by National Land Commission. The judiciary also should be sensitive when they are making decisions concerning community land and adjudicating and demarcation. They must be careful, because land in this country is a very sensitive issue going into the future. So I want to appeal to the nation that we need to put this thing behind our back and ensure that the necessary agencies swung into action, the DCI, the ODPP, the IPOA, Independent Policing Oversight Authority. I'm told they are on the ground, but this thing is beyond professional misconduct. It is beyond professional misconduct. It is an act of criminality. This is a violation of the Constitution. This is murder. There is no better way than this crime that has been explained than murder. This is pure murder in a broad daylight. And I hope when the prosecutions will begin prosecuting these trigger-happy police officers, they must charge them with murder. We will not allow them to charge them through manslaughter. And as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, I am willing to do the watch brief of the victims of Angata Barrikoi issue. I am ready to do the watch brief so that it becomes, we get justice for these people. We want justice for the people who have lost their fathers, their sons, their daughters. And I want to ask ODPP, if they don't move with speed and open investigations, the Constitution allows us to do what we call private prosecutions of these individuals. That is what the Constitution, if they don't, this is an act of criminality, they must ensure. And then finally, I want to, because the situation in the country, the crime rates are very high at the moment. You saw Kerio Valley, Kainuk, the other day we saw Dasanaj, attacks from, and you saw the National Crime Institute released that there is re-emergence of gangs around the country. We saw Nairobi is leading with 73, Mombasa has 53, and across various regions that are related. I want to challenge the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Homeland Security to be on the watch to ensure. But yesterday I was shocked that the Minister of Interior, when he received this news of killings in Angata Barrikoi, his comments were very reckless, it was very insensitive, and it wafts and smells incompetence, as I've always said about this track record in any ministry. And I said in Parliament the other day, the danger with Homeland Security is that when a mistake happens, you lose life. But that is the danger of Ministry of Homeland Security. And by the way, during Kithure Kindiki's era as the Minister of Interior, there was semblance of stability and peace and tranquility. And even we had brought the crime rate in the country down. So when you see our old minister yesterday, after receiving these news, making reckless comments, insensitive comments, and incompetent comments, and I say that, you know, this ministry is very sensitive, the docket is very sensitive, and we need people who are sober, people who are wise, who can run the ministry when they are alert and they know what should happen. We have seen here in Kerio Valley, we have seen people be killed in Tiati, we saw in Kainuk re-emergence of gangs. We need somebody who can be sensitive to the situation. And you know, when you lose, you know, in Ministry of Lands, Interior, when lives are lost, you can't cover. At least when the road is bad, we can fix it. At least when there is no electricity, we can bring it back. But when it comes to the issue of interior and national security, is a serious matter. And therefore, if we needed to ensure that the boots are on the ground, let justice be done to the people of Angata Barrikoi and across the country. We need the issue of security to be addressed once and for all. We need the necessary agencies to do their work. But tunaambia watu Angata Barrikoi poleni sana kwa kupoteza watu, na mimi nimesema ya kwamba tunatoa pole zetu kama kaunti ya Nandi, na tunasimama na wale ambao wamepoteza familia, ndugu zao na madada zao, na wala wako mahospitalini pia tunawaombea. Na mimi nauliza serikali waweze kupeana pesa ya matibabu na pia watoe pesa ya mazishi kwa wale waliokufa, na wale ambao serikali ifanye compensation ama ridhaa kwa zile familia ambazo wamepoteza wanajamii. Nataka niseme polisi wote si wabaya, ni polisi wachache. Nataka niwaambie polisi, wakati unapata order kufanya criminality ama uhalifu, jua siku ile utasimama mbele ya sheria itakuwa peke yako. Your boss will not be there. I want to warn the Kenyan police, the moment you participate in commission of a criminality, even if it is an order from your post to commit criminality or violate the law, know that when you will be at the docket, ukifika mbele ya sheria utakuwa peke yako. So nataka niulize maafisa wetu wa polisi, saa ile unapewa amri Na hiyo amri haiambatani na sheria, siku ile utashikwa ni wewe peke yako. Na pia nataka niulize idara ya ujasusi ya NIS. By the time hao watu maafisa wa survey walienda ground, hawa NIS walikuwa wanafanya nini wasijue kulikuwa na hali ya mshike ndio wasizuia hao watu waende katika mashirika. Hiyo ndio tuna maswali wa Kenya wanauliza. Because hizi vyombo vyote vya serikali tunawapea pesa katika bunge. Kwa mfano wale NIS tuliwaongezea 6 billion ndio wafanye kazi mzuri. So pia lazima watu waambie walifanya nini ndio hiyo mshike katika mashinani ilionekana kivipi. Lakini nataka niwaulize maafisa wa polisi wanafanya kazi mzuri, lakini nijua siku ile utakeuka ama utaharibu amri ya sheria ama ufuate amri ya mdosi wako ambaye ambatani na sheria, siku ile utashikwa peke yao. Na mimi nataka niambie TPP na wale DCI wafanye uchunguzi haraka, wale maafisa walifanya ikitendo wafunguliwe mashtaka. Mimi kama wakili na wengine tutaungana kusaidia family kufanya ile watch brief ndio haki itendeke kwa hizo jamii. Na mimi nauliza National Land Commission, Wizara ya Ardhi, County Government ya Narok na zile county zote zetu watuambie jinsi mwafaka ya kusuluhisha utata kwa mashamba katika taifa letu la Kenya. Ndio wa Kenya wapate haki yao. Ile ilifanyika huko na polisi pia najua tutatakana kuangalia curriculum. Na mimi nataka niseme ya kwamba hawa mapolisi wetu wafae kamera ile inaitwa body cam. Ndio ikuwe rahisi tuchukue recording ya wale polisi wafae body cam. Tulikuwa tumeweka pesa wafae body camera na pia polisi wawache kutumia ile live bullets. Wangetumia hata rubber bullets, watumie maji, ile maji tulikuwa kidogo ile ya protest ilikuwa imebaki mahali, watumie hiyo ilikuwa na kala ya pink. Pia wanaweza tumia tear gas. By the time wana shoot ile shoot to kill, wakuwa wametumia hizi mbinu zote. Unapigaje risasi Mkenya mwenye hana kitu kwa mkono? You know we need to be fair in this country. Na hii ni miaka 63 baada ya uhuru. Na ndio maana hata jana wakati niliona waziri wa ndani baada ya kusema pole na kusema wizara yake itachukua hatua, anaongea kimadharau na ili watu wamekufa. Sisi hatutakufa. Na nilikuwa nimesema kule bungeni, wakati mtu ukifanya makosa katika wizara ya masuala ya ndani, maisha inapotea ambayo itapatikana. Ile vitu zingine tunaweza rudisha, lakini maisha ikichapotea hatuwezo. Tutake pia mtu akuwe na madharau aongee vibaya kuhusu wale watu wamekufa.